So in the end, Memo is trying to win this race, but he's so far behind on points he'll never win the championship. He got kicked out from his job for being a terrible teammate. So the first chance he gets, he wants to win a race over a team that just fired him for not being a good teammate. Do you think he was fueled by Gershon and her faux cowboy hat?
Maybe, but even the way that she substantiated it, she said, yeah, you're going to win this and show him and earn your spot back on the team. So even though he got hired back, this is just a tenuous situation. I think that she had a kind of greedy approach, maybe, or just interested in her husband's best interest, whatever. But she was very self-interested, and then she made him self-interested in thinking like, yeah, I'm back on the team. Oh, but if I win it, then they'll really see my value.
Yeah, you're right.
And so it's not that he was being a bad guy. He was still being a bad team member by having his priorities set all wrong. He was thinking of the one and not the all.
It's interesting, though, seeing him be such a nice guy to Joe and to Jimmy liked him. But he's a terrible teammate.
I think that this is not greed on his part. It's greed on his wife's part. I think on his part, it's a function of weakness. I think that he succumbs to the fear of not being good enough. And I think that his wife just pushed him in that direction because he is such a sincere guy. And by the way, both times I'm watching this week, all I can think is this guy is Cuban Van Damme. He almost sounded just like Van Damme, but with a slightly different accent, didn't he?
So this guy, he's absolutely Van Damme. And what I liked about him was he is actually a firefighter. He is a pilot who flies around doing the crazy flying stuff. He's a straight up adrenaline junkie, this guy. He's cool. I liked Memo.
He's Cuban Van Damme, though.
Yeah.
Even the way he talks, it makes me think of like Bloodsport and Kickboxer almost with come on, it's going to be okay. Trust me. But now make that Cuban and race cars.
So Jean-Claude Van Damme, he's Christian De La Fuente. So he's CDLF.
There we go. CDLF, JCDV. JCVD.
But no, I mean, they found a likable guy. I don't know.
Even looks a little tiny bit like Van Damme, doesn't he? The chiseled face and those eyes.
And did you know that Estella Warren was a Canadian synchronized swimmer for many years, and she was and so they're like, so they wrote that scene in the pool. He's like, you just got to have her doing it. That's what the director Renny Harlin said. So I thought that was a pretty interesting. Like she's a legit athlete. And
why not? It makes the character seem intriguing, too. Yeah.
But I liked her. So get this, though, with her character. She seems really cool. Her life is basically racing, knows her stuff, and her fiancé just breaks up with her. Like, what do you do next? Like, that's your world. You've been part of that world for a long time. So I liked how her character she just didn't know what to do, but she knew she loved racing. So that's why I saw her hanging around, not of like a hangdog thing. I just think she loved racing. I liked the way they handled that character with her. I liked that character. I don't know, made sense to me. So I kind of liked. Well, I don't know. Did you like her character at all or no?
I'm gonna say I did not dislike her character, but she was my least favorite character out of the ensemble.
Got it. I mean, acting wise or just character
wise? The scenes that character had and the drama or fun that character added to the scenes felt very milquetoast compared to everybody else.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like she was almost like a filmmaking tool before being an actress in this film.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. And
for me, and a lot of characters are that, right? This had a big cast. Like we follow, not equally, but we follow a lot of characters in this, and that's challenging. So I guess this is inevitable. So I'm saying zero fault of Estella Warren's.
Yeah.
And again, I didn't dislike her character, but the least. How about instead of saying my least favorite, least impressive character?
There it is.
Like I don't want it to sound like a slight against her.
I like that there's a 5-minute scene in this movie where Stallone goes to tell Til Schweiger and it's like, come on, man, take her back. Don't be an idiot.
That was a cute scene.
Yeah, but when does this, so in the beginning you think Til Schweiger's the villain. But then he and Til Schweiger are. So when you're 18 and you're watching this, and I gotta tell you, movies do force feed you into the villain, right?
Yeah.
The hero, the bad guy who gets his comeuppance, the black hat, the white hat, that kind of stuff. So there's a scene where Stallone had just screwed over Til Schweiger. Then Stallone comes back to him, and they have a nice conversation after screwing over Til Schweiger.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's why I liked this movie when I was 18, because it just is different from what I had seen in the past. Like, it wasn't, I don't know, I liked when, I remember leaving the theater and remembering that scene where Stone's like, man, go get her back, I'd crawl. It was a neat
Joe,
scene.
come on, you never crawl. I'd crawl.
Yeah. Well, you gotta do the accent, the Stallone accent.
Never crawl. On the ground.
What was this epic Stallone accent you did?
I don't remember.
Oh, man. What it was Stallone doing something.
No clue.
And you nailed it.
You conned me into doing some ridiculous things on this show.
You had a glowing halo above your head when that Stallone.
I think was it Sly Stallone speaking French in his Philly accent or something?
Yes,
This is like a long time ago.
That was one of the greatest Levingood moments of. I think. Listen, I'm not saying you peaked, but in the first episode of Movies, Films, and Flicks, where I said about 7,000 times, you have a bit in that episode about if you were in Snowpiercer and you were fighting these guards.
That was episode 1?
Yeah, and if
With Kurt Russell sleeveless shirts?
Yes, and because we did a squad at the end of it, and you said if I'm about to battle henchmen, and a henchman takes his axe and inserts it fully into a fish,
I'm drop kicking him. That's when I run up. I'm going to run up and drop kick him. He is taking his time. He's presenting the fish. He is inserting so that I see what he's doing. I am running up and drop kicking that guy right in the chest.
That's just such a great visual. And I love that director went on to win an Oscar for Parasite.
Right.
We've been, ever since The Host came out, we've been raving about Bong Joon-ho.
Hey, remind me, did he do Thirst as well?
He did not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, but that's he did Host, Mother, Tokyo, then Snowpiercer, and then Okja, and then he followed it up with this.
I didn't see Okja.
It's good. I mean, it's on Netflix. It's all right. I mean, if you're gonna skip, I don't know. If you're gonna skip one, skip that one. Park Chan-wook directed Thirst, so I like him a lot. He also did I Saw the Devil, and I believe he did Old Boy as well. No, he did Handmaid's Tale and Old Boy.
While we're on a really, really, really strange tangent.
He didn't do I Saw the Devil. I apologize.
Let's talk about Asian creature features, because he did The Host, which is an outstanding monster movie.
Yeah.
And get this, I just discovered a movie called what was it? It's called
Renny Harlin directed?
No. It stars Sung Kang.
What?
And it's called like Sector 8 or Sector 7.
What?
And it is also a crazy monster movie, and I think it's on Netflix, and I got to see both of them like next week.
Wait. Sung Kang. And what's the name of it?
I think it's called like Sector 7 or Sector 8. I recently put it in my Amazon queue. Hold on. I'm going to find this for you in like a second here.
You know, I've been a fan of Justin Lin and Sung Kang ever since Better Luck Tomorrow. I love that movie. Better Luck. I bought that movie on so I went to when my brother graduated from Air Force, boot camp. I went to Texas to go see it. And I remember I bought Better Luck Tomorrow out there.
Wait, I'm screwing up my movies. Sector 7 is another cool creature movie. Code 8 is the Sung Kang movie.
He's in a movie? He's in a monster movie?
No. I messed it up. This one is more like robot chappy stuff.
How did I miss this?
But there's also a Korean movie called Sector 7 or Sector 8, and a lot of people were chiming up as a great action movie. I think that one was on Netflix. I'm not sure if it's still on Netflix, but all of a sudden I just got flooded with Asian movies in my head here.
Whoa, so there's Robbie Amell, Stephen Amell. The Amells are in it from Arrow and all those shows, and Sung Kang.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I'm so happy.
And the other movie I was thinking of is Sector 7, and that's another Korean movie that's apparently a really cool aquatic monster movie, like a deadly sea creature thing.
All right, you gotta send me these because I'm gonna forget them.
So
John, Sun Kang, man.
So just going random here. I was crossing my streams with the Sector 7 Sea Creature Korean movie and the Code 8. You can see how those get mixed up. Sector 7 Code 8.
Oh,
and they're
yeah.
both, and that has Sun Kang in one of the leads in this kind of like future robot action movie.
I need to watch that. And there's a movie called Storage Unit 24, I think.
I remember seeing some people kind of gaggling about that on Facebook, but this is one of those like things where the people who were saying that it was awesome didn't give me any reasons that it was awesome, and the people who said they hated it didn't give me reasons that they hated it. And I'm just like, this is just some random thing.
All right, so here it is. Storage 24 is a perfectly fine creature feature that was done on a very tiny budget.
Did you see it?
Yes. I like Noel Clarke because I went through a Doctor Who phase, and I think it's a intriguing idea. You're locked in a indoor storage place with a monster. So that's intriguing, but it's not.
Sounds fun. It's a fun premise.
I don't want to say anything bad about it, but I don't think I could give a super glowing review. So if I wrote a review for it, I would praise the low budget aesthetic, the monster, the idea, and the acting. But I could never say it had me this scent level, picking up people on my shoulders, running around the theater, screaming because the movie's so amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And we did that. Remember we ripped a guy in half while watching The Descent?
That poor
together?
guy. That poor man. It was just like Steven Dorff and Blade.
When you and I went in front of the judge because, we ripped somebody in half while watching The Descent, do you remember the look on everyone's faces? When he's like, you guys are innocent, man, I get it.
Well, we didn't even clean the blood off of ourselves before we came to court, so
Everyone
that was really
clapping in the theater, too. We got a standing ovation. No, yeah, we did not rip somebody in half while watching The Descent. But that movie, yeah, so is that better than what people said about Storage 24?
Yes. Well, the thing, again, the loves and the hates, like any movie, right? Midsummer comes out. Oh, it's the greatest thing ever. Oh, it's the worst thing ever. But people are giving reasons why they do or don't like it.
Yeah.
And I can understand the reasons on both sides and decide for myself, oh, it's too slow, it's boring. I like slow burns. Okay, I'm going to ignore that hate. You know what I mean?
It's about loss and grief, man. You don't understand.
But these people, for some reason, maybe it's because it was a little more indie thing. I don't know, but it was just, oh God, this is great. You should see it. No, it sucks. Don't see it. No, really, it was awesome. No, it was blue. Like there was just, it's not just that it was hyperbole. It's that there was no evidence. No one learned how to write an essay when they were in middle school where you have a thesis statement and 3 supports and then a conclusion. Like no one learned that. They're just like, sucks.
Loved it. This does not help me, guys.
No, sucked.
All right, I have something fun, John.
Okay.
I'm going to give you some prep, though. We're going to do a draft that we're going to put on Movies, Films, and Flicks Facebook. And I just thought about this. We're going to do Sylvester Stallone movies after 1990. And, all right, so Stallone movies released after 1990.
Okay.
All right, so last time I told you to pick a number between 1 and 2, you said 1.5. So pick either 1 or 2.
2.
All right, you go first.
All right. Demolition Man.
I knew it. As soon as I said 90, I'm like, maybe I should have said 94. All right, so I guess I have to do Cliffhanger then.
Okay. Rocky Balboa.
Oh.
Let's go build some hurtin' bombs.
So I love in Rocky Balboa, there's a scene where he has a chair up in the tree by Adrian's grave. So when he visits her, he just grabs the chair out of the tree and sits down on it. That gets me choked up just thinking about.
Yeah.
Oh, man. All right, so you got Rocky Balboa. All right. I am going to... Oh, dude, that's such a good pick. All right, I'll do Creed.
Okay. Is it weird that I actually like Creed 2 more than I liked Creed?
Well, no, because Lundgren's in it.
I just thought it all worked better, the storytelling and everything. But I'm not going to do Creed 2. I don't want redundancy. I'm going to do...
do what your heart tells you, man.
I want Judge Dredd.
Oh, no.
I knew you'd say that. You know that lip snarl he got? His snarl was not that big since he did Rocky 1, and he needed him. Cut it! cut the eye, cut it. Like it was that intense.
The lips